Vroom vroom. Well, hello guys, my name is Larry and welcome to my YouTube channel called the 956 Studio. Today we're going to be working on this carburetor, this plastic carburetor that comes off a Briggs Stratton motor. And these are normally on the 4.5 horsepower Briggs Stratton engines or the E450s and similar engines like that. They are very notorious for, I call it fouling out, not working properly, especially if you get a little trash in the gas or they don't set for some time. So let's get right into the video and show you how we're going to try to fix this one right here without replacing it. Now I do have a couple other videos showing replacing it, but sometimes you might be able to fix your own. And with a few little steps, a little bit of cleaning might achieve your goal. So let's get right into it. Now the first thing you're going to need to do is make sure you get you a socket and a 1/4 inch drive ratchet. Now the socket's going to have to be, I believe it's a 9/32, right there, 1/4 inch drive or anything similar to complete the project. And you will be taking this screw out here and this screw out right here. Alright, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So we're going to take these out lefty loosey. I got them broke loose. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take them out the rest of the way by hand. We're going to set these two screws to the side because you are going to need those later on. Now this part right here, you want to make sure you got it in the area where if you get some gas out of it, it won't damage whatever you're working on. I've got a little paper towel here on top of it. It's on a desk and it's not going to hurt the desk if it does. But you'll need to pry this bowl off right here, which is this section here. And there's a little lip right there. And there is a little lip right there. Now it's not the easiest in the world to get off. You'll have to figure the way it's easiest for you and me. It's trying to get inside here. If you got a smaller screwdriver with a flatter tip on it, a little bit smaller, it'll make it a whole lot easier. But what you're going to try to do is, oh, that was unusual. Now, I don't anticipate any gas coming out of this one because it's been sitting on the shelf for quite some time and it has been pulled off of a mower that was not running. So let's see what we got inside. There we go right there. It's pretty clean on the inside. Doesn't look bad at all. If you have difficulty pulling that off, pry from one side and then pry a little bit from the other side, back and forth until you get that off of there. Now that we're on the inside of it, what you're going to see here is a float. And here's a pin that holds the float in place. It's got two little bitty ears right here, which may be hard to see in the video, one there and one there. And you're going to pop that pin right out of there as so. Get both sides of it, just like that, just like that. And what you're going to have once you do that, which it already came out, there's your needle. Needle seat, and your seat's right here, that's your needle. That controls the fuel. This pin is just a pivot point inside there. And this float, let me see if I can get this set up where you can see it. I'm not going to be able to actuate it, but this goes down inside that hole, and whenever the fuel gets a certain height, it opens and closes, lets the fuel come and go, come shut off, come and shut off, come and shut off, and so forth. So you don't want to lose that for sure. Now something that I might point out on this type of carburetor is the fact that these are non-adjustable. So if you pick this float up and you see gas coming out of it, or you feel it feels heavier than it should, you might want to replace that, because if the float is fuel logged, it's either going to stay open or closed one way or the other. In this situation, actually what it'll do is it'll stay closed, it won't open up, because whenever this is going down, the needle is closing the gap. Let's get that out of the way. Now then, we're inside the carburetor. This is the top, of course. You're wondering what this white plug is. It's literally nothing. Now you have a gasket here, and you have a gasket on this side, which is one just like this, right there. Now this is your throttle. And this is, of course, where your linkage would go. All right, our next thing that we want to do is, if there's any trash or debris on this carburetor, and I probably should have said it earlier, get you some carburetor clean just like this right here. Doesn't have to be O'Reilly's brand. It can be any brand out there. Carburetor cleaner is carburetor cleaner as far as I'm concerned. And you want to wear some safety glasses because this stuff gets you in your eyes. It will burn pretty, burn bad. Now, you'd want to clean it up the best you can, and I'm not going to do it right now because this carburetor is actually pretty clean, but you'll want to blow off any debris actually before you start taking it apart so that you don't introduce more trash into the carburetor before you even get started, or once you do get started, it'll fall right in place and you'll have more problems than what you started with. Now what we need to do is we need to get on here and we need to pry this. I called it a screen, and I think Briggs Stratton calls it a screen. But we need to try to get that out. Now that can be pretty iffy and pretty touchy. In some situations you might just even break it. If you do, it's time for another carburetor, or get one out of another and put it in place. But, oh, would you look at that. See, I kind of grabbed it at an angle like that. Well, I wouldn't just crush the top part of it. And I was able to pull that out. This is probably one of the most important parts on the carburetor. Now you want to look down in here and see if it's dirty. I'm not sure if you can see that because it's just not a whole lot of light getting down in there. But that's really important that this is really, really clean. Now we might find there'll be some problems inside this. We won't know until we actually try to put some carburetor cleaner through it, and you'll try to run it through each one of these little holes here and see if it comes out. So let's start with right here, this big one right here. Let's see if we can get any fuel to come out of it. Hey, pretty good. That's pretty clean. We had it shooting out of here and we had it shooting out of there. So that tells us that's not plugged up. Now let's try right here and see what happens. Okay, it's coming through here. It looks pretty good there. So I don't think there's a problem with that part of it. Now let's go back from the top here and check this out. Like I said, make sure you got some safety glasses on there because carburetor cleaner sure does burn. Well, you've seen it shot back out the bottom there. So all in all, it looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go back just for grins and giggles. I'm going to hit some more in the middle here. Woo! Shot it right out of there. You see that? So I don't believe we got a problem there. I think it's all pretty much unclogged. So in this situation, what you might want to do is make sure all those are cleaned out. And if for some reason one of them is plugged up more than the other, or plugged up at all, get you a little bitty small drill. And I want to say it's close to maybe 13 thousandths. And you can stick it down inside there, and you won't be able to see it in this video. But I'm going to show it to you a little closer. Got like a little jet down in there. Same thing here. Little brass insert jet, whatever you want to call it, and just kind of clean that out and then run you some more actual carburetor cleaner back through it. And if you can get this cleaned out, good chance that carburetor is salvageable and it will run as soon as you put it back on that lawnmower. Now to put it back together, you're going to do what we did, the opposite of taking it apart. You also may want to get down in here and just put you just a little bit of carburetor cleaner right in there. See how it shot out of there, shot right out of here, so that's cleaned up pretty good. Now let me look inside this carburetor, see if there's anything. Oh yeah, we got a spot down in here. We might blow some in that little hole right there off to the side, and might put a little bit through this side right here and make sure that it's all those orifices or contact channels are clean. See that channel's running right through there and it's coming right back out over here. So it looks like we're pretty good now at this point. I don't see anything else that's going to need any cleaning. You don't worry about this at all. Just leave it alone. You might spray some carb cleaner down here to clean the little flapper out if it's kind of corroded up a little bit. But if it flips around pretty easy like that, you should be fine. I'm going to blow this one more time right here because I want to get that out of there. There we go. And if you have compressed air, you might want to try to blow the rest of that out with compressed air. Like I said, then you're going to go back the opposite way of the way we took it apart. Alright, then you want to take you some grease and you want to lubricate this O-ring up with this O-ring right here. Because if those things, especially this one, if it does not seal, it will get back up in there and cause your carburetor to flood out. So check them O-rings pretty close right there. If they're not sealing up, you may defeat the purpose of even trying to clean this. You got to make sure that that area seals up. There's a reason why that O-ring's there, reason why that seal is there as well. So once you get that, put it back together, push it down in place, make sure you got it the right way, just like you see right there, and just like so. Stick that in there and push it back down with both your fingers till it locks in place. Now you know you've got that part accomplished, and it's very easy to do. Alright, now we're going to go back over here to the float, and you're going to put your float inside here just like so. It's a little groove right there that it rides in, and you're going to, you want to put this pin right back through there first, as so, and then line that needle up with the seat down in the base of the car, the top of the carburetor. Put it down in place. It's a lot easier said than done. See, what happened was I moved it around too much, and the needle came out of its hanger. In some cases, instead of going float down, you may find it easier to do the float like that, set it inside the carburetor, and then push it down like so. Then put that back in place and pop that right back in there just like so. See how I popped that in? You heard it snap in place? Sorry, my big old hands are in the way. And then what you're going to have is you're going to have that float. It's going to want to hang down like that. When it's dropped in that position, this is the top of the carburetor, of course. Fuel's going to go in. Once the fuel reaches a certain level inside this little bowl here, it's going to come up and it's going to push that needle back in place to where it's going to shut the fuel off until the lawnmower requires more to run. So that's pretty easy. You just got to make sure those two snaps hold that pin in place. Next, you're going to put this bowl on, and if you look at it, that ball right there is basically going to be sitting down in the center of this piece right there. So you're going to match up with this one, not these two, but these two here, just like so. And you're going to, before you do that, put some grease on that outside O-ring, or any O-ring that you're going to be working with. And pop it down the best you can, as far as you can. And then get your screws, put your screws back in there. Tighten them down as far as you can by hand. And try to pull them down evenly, both sides. And don't pull one side down more than the other immediately, because you do stand a chance of ruining that O-ring. But just put them in there by hand. Once you got them in there, then of course get your 9/32 socket and tighten them down until you feel they're snug. Do not strip them out, because remember, you're dealing with plastic and plastic. So plastic can't take a lot of torque, and it doesn't take much. All you're really trying to accomplish is getting that ear pulled up to the other one on both sides, and making sure that bowl is down inside there. And voila, you just rebuilt your first E450 carburetor. Now these things, like I said, are plastic, pretty easy to build. Not very many mechanical moving parts. Just takes a little time to get them done. Hope you enjoyed the video. Well, I know this has not been the most professional video in the world you've probably seen, but under the circumstances in my old age, I think I did a halfway decent job. I think I shared some information that might be valuable enough for you to give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe. Now, we're going to be doing quite a bit more lawnmower videos and weed eater and chainsaw videos and so forth. And we also do quite a bit of voltage electrical videos, and I'm going to put out a few more of those, even though we have a couple out there right now, hot water heater testing, different things and so forth. But yeah, we do ask that if you like the video, that you hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and post your comments down below what city or state you're from, and if you really like the video and what I should do to change it to make our channel a better channel and a place that you'd enjoy coming back to from time to time. But we don't know that unless you post it down in the comments below. And I'll also post some links down in the description where you hit the more button. That'll take you to some of the links that you may want to buy one of these, you may want to fix one of these. I'm not sure, but we'll have some other lawnmower parts that work with the E450 engine. So We also must say that if you purchase anything through this site, this YouTube video, or wherever you're seeing this, if we have any affiliate links built in below, that if you buy $15, $20, $20 worth, we might end up with 70 cents or 30 cents or something like that. Not a whole lot, but as an affiliate, we must let you know that we do receive some type of compensation. It won't be much. Again, thumbs up, like, subscribe. I hope I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.